Everyone has feelings. I have feelings too. I've been getting better at expressing them as they come instead of like a feeling comes over me, and instead of telling people exactly right then what's happening, and you just bottle it up, which leads to all bad stuff. I've been getting really good at feeling it and saying accordingly right then, like if somebody makes me mad or hurts my feelings, or whatever the problem is right in that moment, I'm like, hey man, and then go from there. It's nice. I feel better. I don't feel like I'm drowning. I used to feel like I was drowning all the time, and now I don't feel like I'm drowning. I feel more like I'm floating, flying in the sky, on the clouds. Oh, I love clouds. Feeling like I'm in the flow, even when things are like idle. And you kind of have this sense of, hey man, maybe I should be doing something. But you still feel like you're, Odin, stay. Like you're exactly where you should be. Oh, there's a squirrel. Okay. Look at its little squirrel face. Oh, actually, you probably can't see it, but it's right there. Oh, look at its little face, and its tummy, and its tail. I think they're so cute. So if you express them, your feelings, your emotions as they happen, I mean, time and place is important, right? Like, if you're like, express it as the situation allows. Sometimes you have to save something for later, depending on where you are. Or maybe that's just me. Like, I was in the car the other day, and there was a song, and it was being played, and it's really, 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 really sad. And I didn't like it, and I didn't want to listen to it, because a lot of times in music, I just connect with what they're saying, and you can just feel the emotion, and usually I cry. And so that's what was happening, is I was silently crying in the passenger seat. No one else in the car even knew I was crying. I'm such a silent crier. It's creepy. But I feel, for me anyway, when I get overcome with emotion over like a book or a song or a painting or whatever, the milk that's spilled on the floor, I literally cry. I literally cry when milk is spilled. It's so expensive, so we can't waste it. And and so I could have said something, hey man, I'm devastated or whatever, but I feel like for me, I don't need anybody else to lean on when I get sad. I'm fine. I'm good at taking care of myself. Other people usually don't help. They usually make it worse. So I like to deal with my sadness alone. That's just me. Other people like reaching out to others when they're sad, and that works for them, which is totally fine. But I used to like feel stuff, and I didn't want to rock the boat or cause a disturbance, or like I was just the quiet one in the back, just hanging out and listening to their tunes with a book. I was drawing more then, but anyway, drawing more then, writing more now. I'm not writing more now. Not more than I was before when I was dedicated to writing. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about now that I've talked about writing, and I'm just going to say this. So, I do feel like I used to be more dedicated to writing original stories. And I went through this whole self-publishing fiasco, and it ended up being a scam, and it was a lot. It's a lot being your own writer and editor and everything. It's a lot. I mean, you get creative control, which I like. But it is a lot. Anyway, I feel like somewhere in all of that, because when all of that was happening, I was really deep in my own darkness. And I feel like somewhere along the way, I gave up. Or I stopped believing in me, or my writing, or my characters. Something happened, and I haven't been able really to get that back. I still love writing. Storytelling is just who I am. I keep saying I've changed so much, so if I go back and work on the old stories that I was writing then I'm gonna mess them up. But if I never work on them, they're never gonna get finished. And I honestly do think that my writing is better now. I don't know, maybe it's just because so much time has passed between me releasing the first 2 books of my series and now. But I mean, with books, it really doesn't matter. You can just like release them when they're done. There's mosquitoes all over the place. Anyway. I wasn't planning on this video being so long, or that you would have to stare at the deck the whole time. So sorry about that. I actually have an idea for a new story, original. I'm really excited about it. I've been making plans, building a foundation, working out character development. Everybody needs names. I have so many names in files, in places, so many names that I write down that I love, and then when it's time to name characters, I'm like, what do I do? I'll figure it out. I do feel like I owe it to my characters to finish the story. And you owe it to yourself to finish your own story. You're your main character. And look back on your character arc and see how far you've come. I love doing that. I used to feel like an alien that was left here. And I still sort of feel that way, but it's more like, hey, I chose this, so I'm gonna make the most of it while I'm here. Because clearly I wanted to be here for some reason. But it was like so many tasks I would see others doing, like walking into the store and complimenting other people, or everything that people considered normal was just so difficult for me. And now it's like, I don't know, it's not scary anymore. I used to be really fearful of lots of things. But ever since whatever happened, where I like dove deep in within myself and healed my stuff, my trauma. Ever since I did that and I forgave, I just feel whole, complete. I feel like I'm connected to the interconnectedness of everything. I feel it all now, whereas before I felt cut off. And I